Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting and breaking down to the current world record for Iron Trials duos, which has only been available in duos. We're going to be flipping back and forth from different perspectives because we do have Speros and Flux, which are going to be kind of bouncing back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and leave links down to their channels in the description if you want to go ahead and watch their entire POV without me talking over it. There'll be links for both of their channels. Definitely go check them out. They do stream daily on Twitch if you want to go ahead and see this live and maybe pick their brain about how they play the mode a little bit differently. Because personally, I think it has a significantly higher skill gap and they're going to be able to do a lot of things that some people just don't think are possible in Iron Trials because of the extra health. So we'll go ahead and break it down. If you enjoy the video, learn something new, do me a favor, hit the like button if you'd like to see more of this content. If you're brand new, want to find your way back, double check, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. So pretty much one thing that they're going to do for the vast majority of the map is once they get kind of everything going, they end up splitting off, doing their own thing, and then as they get kills, they're going to go ahead and get money, which will allow them to get UAVs. Speros goes to the gulag. He ends up going through over here, and you can be a little bit more aggressive knowing that there's a little bit more health in the gulag, because it's not like you get two bulleted and you're dead. They come back, they just grab their loadouts. They're coming up. They do got a contract. Bounties are incredibly important to keep that cash flow. Even more important than regular battle royale because everything costs so much money. The regains are harder. But the tools are significantly more valuable because most people are not going to have the opportunity to have Ghost. And when you challenge the situation, some people... I've seen a lot of comments saying, oh, well, it's almost impossible to challenge two people at once. It's actually easier when people have more health because this allows you to get repositioned, reset the gunfight, and chow them individually, split them, play them off each other. So he essentially gets the one down. He couldn't get the thirst right away. He comes around. You can see he's trying to reset this gunfight. And then he jumps behind the guy, and he ends up taking him out. He has a faster killing weapon. This guy may not even have his loot yet. And then he comes back through, and that guy's essentially one shot because he's self-revived. He's coming through. He now Flux, he's working this individual building. You can see there's a crown. He calls in a UAV he was sitting on, and now he knows someone's kind of below. He jumps down. The fall damage is significantly higher that you can fall from. Normal battle royale is like 13 meters. I don't know the exact height in this, but you can jump off a lot of stuff, and it will not kill you. So it allows you to make a ton of different outplays, which is what he's just talking about right now. And you're gonna see, even though everything's happening kind of fast and it's a crazy like type of gameplay, one thing that we'll pay attention to is how it's actually played, because there's compartmentally gunfights. He has a stim. It allows him to re-chow this guy, get the kill. There's still two people in the area. He's getting shot at. He's gonna go back up. He reloaded, which is always important before you get plates in. And now his teammate, well, we're gonna work back way over there. It's kind of crazy because they are split. Not a lot of the engagements are close until obviously we get towards late game and they're kind of converged to a little bit together. So he got the down there. The likelihood of self-revives is a little bit lower in this game mode. He comes out, you see the movement, he's bunny hopping. And that movement is the skill gap, right? It makes it harder for that player to hit you. And this is where he comes up. Watch, he avoids this. And a lot of times in regular battle royale, you get your plates broken. It's hard for you to challenge stuff. He came back out. He takes him out. He's getting down. These are all happening the same. If you look at the clock, it's relatively consistent. It's just there's so much going on. It gets a little bit wild. But you can see how they play the fight. So he knows for sure there's someone near him. There's one right there. He goes and tries and take the heady. It's kind of a bad gunfight. That's why he repositions. He passes by the other guy. He throws the throwing knife, but he doesn't know where the other guy is. You assume it's that there's a teammate in the area because that guy wasn't self-reviving. And it's like, okay, where's this guy at? You gotta kind of look around. He's gonna go to the buy. He can get plates, and then he's also can get a UAV, I believe. Oh, you can see the guy sniping right here, so it's an easy little lineup. Especially with once you're outside of 30 meters, you can ego chow a sniper, knowing that you're gonna cause a little bit of flinch. This guy thought he was cheating because he jumped off and hit him off a ladder. It's like, it's not that. So he could jump right off the building, don't need to pull your chute or anything. You got full confidence in that. But you can see he has almost at like, he was almost at 30K there. Flux now has 6,000. And they have the UAVs. He pops the UAV. And he actually gets timing on this where close the door and then jumps through and just challenges it. You can be significantly more aggressive if you have relatively good gun skill. Even though COD doesn't require a lot of gun skill in terms of actually being able to manage recoil and stuff, this is where like regular BR, he could have probably started shooting sooner. And he actually, this is where the downside of having the more health. So I think he thought because the way they cross the street, they're a little bit body. So that's why he was a little bit more messing around instead of actually, playing the situation seriously. And sometimes that gets you burned. He does have one down. The guy's not stimming. He's essentially in a one-on-one with full health, not full plates. He gets knifed. He's got to reload. He knows the guy's in front of him. Hopefully the guy doesn't chow. The guy's on that little thing. He's backing up. Bunny hops across. No plates. There's no plate. So this guy does not have a lot of health. You can ego chow this knowing that you have full plates, full armor, or 2 plates, and then you're good to go. So that's one of those things where you play the situation differently. Flux, it's kind of a crazy situation here. He's in between a lot of people, and the extra health makes it really hard to hit people on vehicles. He even tried to mount. He got locked on that. He broke this dude's armor. The other one's over here, and then there's a couple people in neighborhood. He's going to be in a lot of situations here. Luckily, he got stunned. And this was the weirdest thing. He gets stunned up like 5 times by this team. And that guy never pushes. It's like, why run stuns if you're not going to push? You have to use stuns, choose a hard angle, and then you're out of their line of sight where you can shoot them and they cannot rotate towards you. Even though stuns are nerfed essentially. There it is. The other guy's rotating across. He's trying to get some shots in there. Didn't really land much. The UAV from Speros comes in clutch. He knows there's a guy right in front of him. And then there's a one a little bit further to the right. And then there's like 2 to the left. Maybe 3 to the left over there. You get stunned again, but this guy doesn't chow. The stun doesn't last that long. So that's the clean part. But if you're going to use stuns, you definitely want to maximize them. So you can see there's 2 to the left and potentially 1 or 2 to the right. It almost looks like they're touching. It's kind of hard to tell because it's not like perfect, 1440p. It's more like 720 since it's taken from Twitch. So he's going to be able to third party here, and these guys have to rotate. So these are like free kills. He needs another UAV. There's the pulse. Speros comes in clutch. So there's 1 to the left and 1 in front of him. There it is, and potentially 2 more. It looks like there's 2. They're like almost touching though. And then there's a guy coming out of the sky. He's coming over. He's like, where the hell is... And then you can see the spacing.
Well, these guys good.
And then now Speros is fighting over here at train station. He comes through. He gets stuck. But the stim comes through clutch and actually allows him to stop the damage. And he's pretty much good to go. Resets the gunfight. Doesn't have like a lot of time. There's 20 seconds or so before the zone has to move. Does have a gas mask, and he knows that there's one guy in the area because a teammate gave a call out. But that guy took forever to get up here because it allowed him to get it right back in the gunfight. So he's telling him, hey, can you call the UAV? I need a little bit there. So he kind of ego chows that. Normally, if you have decent aim, you're able to ego chow a lot more stuff, especially on a heady. You're going to get a lot of those headshots. You damage them pretty hard. And right now, they already know they're on like a really good game. So a lot of it's the pacing. You're not going to probably get, like, one person will get a high kills if you guys stick together. Because maybe they get the final downs and you team shoot and stuff, and it just kind of works out that way. But if you want to go for high kills and you need to go for this, you need to get the cash flow going, which is they've had, and they haven't really died where they get a buyback. You're going to see it later on. They could get even more kills. So this world record isn't untouchable by any means, because you can probably add about 5 to 6 more kills to the top of whatever this number is, because you'll see kind of how it plays out, where the tempoing, where all this, the time is continually going. It's just, it kind of synced up where they're able to get the kills here. And one thing that he does in this gunfight here that is pretty cool is, in a lot of, I haven't seen as many people do it, like to know as a tactic, is know that you have a lot of health. And you could bait and just move, because you can kind of get a guesstimate of how many shots have been fired by the enemy player. And you know when they're getting to a point where maybe they don't have enough bullets to down you, or they're going to have to reload soon. And then you can feel comfortable challenging them because now they're in a bad situation because they thought they were going to get you, but you delaying the gunfight makes it a little bit easier for you, for them to actually start running out of that ammo. Easy on the mini-map, clean kills. So he's coming up after he dropped off train station. You can see there's like a good group of like 4 or 5 people here. This is very risky. This is kind of like, hey, I'm feeling myself. Let me go after it. There's a guy on this level who's like, where the heck is he? So he's on the roof. And it's kind of hard to tell where the guy's at. He's like, where the hell? And it looks like the guy might be right above. There he is. He ends up getting them with the OTS, which is still kind of nasty. And you can see there's 3 on the other roof, or 1 landing above him. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Oh, no, it's the same guy. Never mind. I was like, what happened? So you can see he could have jumped off that, I believe, without taking the fall damage. I'm not sure the exact height because that's not something I've tested, but I know it's a little bit higher than the normal one. So you can see that somebody just died on the roof. So he comes in. He can hear the guys in there. He gets 1. He resets. He's still like kind of in a bad spot, because he doesn't have a stim. He has to plate up. He's waiting for his health to regen. Because when you're fully held, fully plated, you're like you have a lot of health. And the TTK is high, which shows the skill gap, right? The key is not to die. And then you still at least have a chance. If you just kind of ego chow with no health, you're in a bad spot. So this guy actually has some pretty decent shots on him. And he's just like, I'll bail on this. We'll work our way back around to it. So you can see there's 2 people at the edge of this building here. He's coming through. You can hear the footsteps on the other side of the wall. He peeks the right side before he pushes. Comes through. Gets the 1. They are split now. So now he's going to be able to push in here. He gets 1 plate in. 2 plates in. 3 plates in. And this guy, it looks like he potentially climbed the ladder to go to the top. And then he's coming around over here. He checks the mini-map. You can see there's 3 people in front of him, right on the mini-map where the buy station is. And Speros is still over there holding that angle where that guy's on the roof. So the guy comes out. He sees him. The guy throws a stun and happens to miss. He knows there's other guys close by. He gets the throwing knife. The guy gets in a mantle animation. If the guy just came out and bunny hop, he might have lost that. But the guy, since he mantle animation, slowed him down. Speros gets involved here with the trying to shoot these guys all through here. And this is where the extra health becomes an issue if you're outside of range, because you got to hit the shots. The guy's coming across because he's kind of avoiding the other people on the other side. So Speros right now is kind of pinching this group of guys with another team. The problem is that he gets a little bit greedy. And this is where he could potentially improve on this, or somebody can improve on this kill count and get over 60 plus kills in this mode. So he's like, I just don't feel good about this push, but I'm going for it anyways. He gets it down. He doesn't thirst. He's just trying to get both down. And that was it. He gets down. He didn't have a stam. He can't re-challenge that. His OTS isn't enough for that range. He kind of full sent that, and he got killed by a ghost player, essentially. Now Flux is working his way up this building. He ended up getting the kill, I believe, on somebody. I think he downed somebody. He got the kill there. Like I said, there's a lot of action going on. Flux also gets God tier loot right now. This is supposed to be really rare to get money, but he gets $4,000 inside this bus. Essentially, I mean, not almost 4,000, but it's enough for where he can get back to the buy and get Speros back. So he comes back. He's telling him where all the loot is. He could have pinged it potentially. And there's still a loadout right here. So whoever's in the area could potentially be coming back there. He's telling the buy station that's where a lot of the pings were earlier. And he was just working his way back there after channeling these people. So another thing that a lot of good players are able to do is they have the map awareness where they can already like essentially remember where people kind of were based off the UAV. Like, oh, you know what? After I'm here, like they're already planning, okay, from here to here to here, so that when it comes back through, they're good to go. So now we'll go back to Speros POV. You can see the guy that popped out through that door, I believe. So he's pushing them, and Speros makes a bad push here, but he finesses these guys, has a bullfrog, gets a headshots in. Somebody just got a res off. So I think he thought it was like just one dude somehow, but he ends up taking him out. Sliver of health. Flux would have came in to clear him out, and he's calling out there should be a guy on the buy. There should be a guy on the buy. So the guy is probably going to climb up that ladder. He just said, hey, here's the door. Boom. He's like, that's you, right? So the guy has to be up top there. And then he sees the tip of the head. Speros is thinking about getting a self-revive. I think because the cost of a self-revive, you know, is less than 6K, and 6K would have been the UAV. So he comes up the top here, and he's like, where the hell is this guy? He can't really hear him. The guy wasn't moving, so he didn't hear him. He just happened to peek, and he looked at the guy. I don't know what the guy was doing. Clearly not like the best players in the world, right? Obviously, if they're... Oh, you can see the guy sniping. There's another guy in the air. That's the one that Speros said was one shot. So a lot happening really quickly. And that's what's going to happen when they get over 60 kills combined. It's only 19-minute gameplay because the matches go so dang quick. You're talking about 3 kills a minute. So every 20 seconds, essentially, we're talking about getting kills. This guy's trying to get away. Comes through. He over pursued, and he almost gets downed a little bit. Like he could have been in a bad spot. He thirsts the kill. And now they're kind of just like holding that angle. They know there's somebody on the left. And then now they're essentially holding hands at this point, and it'd be very difficult to kill both of them because they normally can handle a 1v2 situation. They end up getting a lot of third parties here. You can see that the gunfire, he's able to third party that, steal a little bit of a kill for the other guy that was on top. And you can hear gunfire, and you can see the gunfire right over here. He's coming back around. He comes through. Kind of a bad chow with that. And this guy was laying prone. He drop shot at the other guy. He gets to shoot the guy in the back. He sneaks the kill. There's another guy in here. He gets down. And the trades are important. This is one of the most important things in Rebirth because... Or not Rebirth, but Iron Trials is normally... If you've done enough damage, your teammate can feel comfortable just shooting that aggressively. And like being able to finish the situation. You just got to really trust your teammate for those callouts. So now he has 28. I believe Flux has 31 right now. And their goal was to get them each a 30 bomb, like total. So, you know, it pops up on the stat line. And 30 is really difficult in Iron Trials. I know that there's probably a handful of people that have done 30 plus. I think there's a couple people that have done over 40. But usually it's not splitting the kills between them. So you can see when Speros died, there was like a good lull there where he had to collect some money. He got a little bit lucky. Then he ran back to the buy, bought him back, and then they had to rotate back over. They lost a lot of the awareness. Luckily, Speros was able to get some easy kills when he came back. Well, not easy, because he had a drop shot and land headshots to kill those guys. So he's like, Flux is kind of like, where's everybody at? It looked like there was a guy on this left side. You can see him cut across. You call him Manaling, so easy little kill here.
I see one more.
Yeah, no, if you broke somebody's armor and you have pretty much armor, it's a pretty easy gunfight to happen. Because they got to land like an extra 3 shots on you. 4 shots in some cases. So he throws this down. This restocks his nades. So he's giving the call out. They only need 1 kill. I think this guy ends up dying to the gas.
Yeah, they're inside.
So like I said, links of their channels are down in the description. Check them out, subscribe, go ahead and follow them on Twitch. Let them know I said what's up, that they're crazy good. And I think they're going to be going for the win record in Iron Trials by the time this video goes live. So definitely go check them out. So there it is. He live marked them. He could have killed it, but there it is. It's a little bit of a GG there. So they were unsure what the record was. But you can see they got 31 and 30. It's like 20,000 damage almost each. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're brand new and want to find your way back, double check, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.